Yeah. All of you read the problem carefully. In a crank and slotted lever quick return motion mechanism, the distance between the fixed center is 240 mm and the length of driving crank is 120 mm. Find the inclination of the slotted bar with the vertical in the extreme position and the time ratio of the cutting stroke to the return stroke. So if length of the slotted bar is 450 mm, find the length of the stroke if the line of the stroke passes through the extreme position of the free end of the lever. Free end of the lever. So from the problem description, all of you should write the given values. So those are the AC value is there, fixed link is there. So that is the AC, that is the 240 mm, and crank is the CB1, so that is the 120 mm, and AP1, AP, so that is the what is the lever is there. Okay, long cylindrical lever is there. So that lever is the 450 mm. So just you have to see the diagram. You have to just once you have to see the diagram. So that is the diagram is there. So what the values are given? That is the fixed link. AC is there and C1B. So that is the C1B or BC. So that is the crank length is there. So crank length is there and AP1. So this is the our lever. Okay. So this is the AP lever is there. That is the lowest position. Okay. So this is the lowest and this is the extreme position. So AP1 is the, so that is the 450 is there. AP1 is 450 and AC is the 240 and BC is the 120. So those are the values are given. So now we are going to find out the ratio of the cutting stroke to the return stroke and ram travel. So that is the R1 R2 length of the R1 R2 length of the R1 R2 values, while P1 P2 also. Just we have to find out the P1 P2 distance and our cutting strokes alpha. Okay, that is the our beta by alpha cutting stroke to the return stroke values. So in this, so those are the given values are there. Now going to find the triangle of CAB1. Triangle of CAB1. So CAB1 equals to, what is the angle between the triangle of CAB1? So that is the sine of 90 minus alpha by 2. Sine 90 minus alpha by 2. So that means we have to take the our from the triangle of CAB1, from the triangle of CAB1. So sine theta, sine value. So just you have to take the sine value. So that is the angle is 90 minus alpha by 2. Why? Because if you have to observe the particular diagram, so that is the, just you will observe the diagram. Just observe the diagram. So this angle, so CAB1 or B1AC, so whatever it may be. So this angle is how much? So up to B1 to B2 angle is the alpha, but we will take the only half of the session. So that is the up to this place. So that is the our alpha by 2. Okay, alpha by 2. This place is, C place is alpha by 2. And now going to find this place, A place, CAB1. A place, okay, so the angle is 90 minus alpha by 2. 90 minus alpha by 2. So in this triangle of B1, okay, CAB1, triangle of CAB1. So sine 90 minus alpha by 2 equals to BC by, okay, BC by AC, isn't it? Opposite side by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the AC and opposite side is the B1C. B1 C. So just we have to write the particular term here. So B1C by AC. So that is the 120 by 240. So that means the value is the 0.5. Sin 90 minus alpha by 2 is the 0.5. So 90 minus alpha by 2 equals to sin inverse 0.5. So that means 30 degrees. So alpha by 2 equals to 90 minus 30. So 60 degrees is there. Alpha equals to 120 degrees. So that is the alpha value. Now we have to find out the alpha. Okay, we have been identifying the alpha value. So that is the 120 degrees. When we find the alpha value, then simply to find the our okay ratio of the cutting stroke to the return stroke. So that is the time of cutting stroke to the time of return stroke equals to 360 minus alpha by alpha, because generally write it as beta by alpha. Beta is also written as 360 minus alpha. Why? Because total angular displacement value is the 360. So alpha already known. So the beta means 360 minus alpha. So 360 minus 120 by 120. So the value is 2. Okay, ratio of the cutting stroke to the return stroke is 2. Now going to find the length of the length of the stroke or traveling of the ram. So whatever it may be. So that is also ram traveling or length of the stroke equals to R1 R2. That is represented with R1 R2. So that is also equivalent to P1 P2. R1 R2 equals to P1 P2. So P1 P2 is also written as 2AP1 sin 90 minus alpha by 2. 2AP1 sin 90 minus alpha by 2. Why? Because let us take the triangle of P1AQ. P1AQ. So in that triangle, so AP1 is required. Okay, so that is the P1 P2 is required. So from that, so that is also equivalent to P1 P2 is also equivalent to 2 AP1, 2 times of AP1 sin 90 minus alpha by 2. Why? Because let us find the only half of the section. So P1 P2 half of the value is the AP1 sin 90 minus alpha by 2. So that is the when we take the 2 times of our AP1 sin 90 minus alpha by 2, that is equivalent to P1 P2. So just substituted the AP1 value and alpha value. So then we may get the our length of the stroke value, that is the 450 mm. 450 mm. Is it clear? Please raise your queries. Okay. Sometimes they may also give you such type of problems in our first chapter. In our first chapter. How we find the our ratio of the cutting stroke to the return stroke values and our ram travel or length of the stroke. Okay, length of the stroke. So that is mainly consideration of the triangles. Okay, and simply to find the when we consider the triangles, then simply to find out the unknown values. So that is the unknown of the adjacent side or opposite side values, whatever the hypotenuse values are there, simply to find it. Just tell me any doubts. Now going to see the another problem regarding the Whitworth quick return motion mechanism. So all of you read it carefully. The Whitworth quick return motion mechanism has the driving crank 150 mm long. The distance between the fixed centers is 100 mm. The line of the stroke of ram passes through the center of the rotation of the rotation of the slotted lever, whose free end is connected to the ram by a connecting link. Find the ratio of the cutting to the time of the return stroke. Time of cutting to the time of return stroke. Cutting stroke to the return stroke. From the problem description, we have to write the given values. So that is the fixed centers is 100 mm, crank value is the 150 mm. So now going to find the beta or alpha. So before going to find those values, once we see the diagram, just you will see the diagram. In this diagram, which is acting as the crank and which is acting as the connecting rod and fixed link. So just all of you observe in this. So that is the what is the AB is there. So that AB is the fixed link and BC is the crank. This is the crank here and CD is the connecting rod. So in this triangle, which values are known? Just you will see that. So that is the AB is known, BC is known, and the angle point of view, just you will see that angle point of view. So up to our C1 to C2, C1 to C2, up to our C1 to C2, the angle value is the alpha and bottom value. So up to our this value, this portion is the beta, alpha and beta. In this triangle, so the beta is divided with the one vertical line. So that is the fixed link. So that means half of the part is taken to be beta by 2 and another half of the beta by 2, isn't it? So this section is going to be beta by 2 and this section is also going to be beta by 2. So now let us see that this is seems to be one triangle. Which one? ABC1 is one triangle and ABC2 is also another triangle. In this, we have to know the we should know the only at the B position of the beta by 2 angle to the both the triangles. So BC1, BC, these two are equal. So that is the when the C will moves from one to another place, those are giving the some positions. So that is the C is coming to the C1 position and C2 positions. So that means BC1 equals to BC2 equals to BC. From those values, you have to find out the beta by 2. Why? Because so this is the place, this is the triangle is there. ABC1 triangle is there. From the triangle of ABC1, cos beta by 2 equals to. So this is the beta by 2 position. So cos beta by 2 means AB by BC1. AB by BC1, isn't it? So that is the adjacent side is AB. So AB by BC1. Just you will see that cos beta by 2 equals to AB by BC1. So that is the 100 by 150. So that is the 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 means 0.66. Now going to find the beta by 2. So that is the cos inverse 0.66. So 48.7 degrees. So but we will find the beta value. So that beta is the 97.4 degrees. 97.4 degrees. When we know the beta value and then simply to find the our time of cutting stroke to the time of return stroke. So how? So cutting stroke is the alpha by beta. So this alpha is also written as 360 minus beta by beta. So that equals to 360 minus 97.4 by 97.4. So when we make the calculation, then the value has to arrive here 2.696. 2.696. That is the ratio for time of cutting to the cutting stroke to the time of return stroke. Is it clear? Please respond.
Clear.
So the important thing is when you know the only the diagram, when you should know the diagram, then only possible to okay, get the unknowns by the help of their notations. Now coming to the second unit. So what are the most important topics are there in our second unit? So that is the uh, pantograph. So already we told that. So pantograph, how we are using our pantograph. Okay. So the pantograph will makes the one thing. So that is the reducing the or enlarging of the scale of the our original diagram. So that may also done that by the help of pantograph. And exact straight line motion mechanisms, those are the Fuselier motion mechanism and Hart's mechanism. Okay, those are just proving their self. Okay, those are just proving. So that is the OA by OB equals to constant. What is the condition is there, just we have to prove it in our those in our particular derivations. And approximate straight line motion mechanisms, the main important mechanisms are these are grasshopper mechanism, Roberts mechanism, and Chebyshev mechanism. So just you are giving the briefing, how many links are there and what type of pairs those are, how many, okay, what type of pairs are there. So those are which type of pairs they are. So is it turning pair or is it okay, sliding pair. So what type of pairs are there in our particular mechanism, that is also important. And the main function is, so which motion is converted into which motion, that is the main motion, then that is the main motive. But in this, so that is the straight line motion is attained by the help of particular mechanisms. Straight line motions or approximate straight line motion mechanisms are achieved by the particular mechanisms. So those have represented in our diagrams also. And next important thing is Davis and Ackermann steering gear mechanisms. So Davis and Ackermann steering gear mechanism. So in this correct steering gear is already know that cot pi minus cot theta equals to W by H is there. So just we are proving in our Davis steering gear mechanism, sorry, W by L. So when we take our Davis steering gear mechanism, we should find our tan alpha value. So that is the W by 2L. So that has okay, attained by the help of particular derivation. And Ackermann, in our Davis steering gear mechanism, we have the one sliding pair is there and other pairs are turning pairs. All other pairs are turning. And Ackermann steering gear point of view, all are turning pairs. All are turning pairs. It is simply to say that 4-bar type of mechanism is happen in our Ackermann steering gear mechanism. And in this, the tan alpha value is sin pi minus sin theta by cos theta plus cos pi minus 2 is to achieve here. So these are also very important. And finally, second chapter is the analysis of the hook joint. So analysis is there. So that may also occupies nearly 3 pages of the derivation is there. So when you make the practice, okay, then definitely you will learn. Okay, you should learn easily. Okay, of our particular derivation. And we have the some problems regarding the hooks joint. So that is also there. Totally only we are covering in our single loop joint and double loop joint, and our steering gear mechanisms and straight line motion mechanisms. This easiest chapter. Uh, this is also one of the easiest chapter. Why? Because more of the problems. Okay, this is all are mostly based onto the derivation oriented chapter and mechanisms oriented. Okay, derivations point of view chapter only have limited problems are there in our second chapter. Those are mostly focusing on derivations and our theory point of view. This is easily to learn. And anyone have the doubts regarding the second unit, please raise your doubts. I will give you the some space for second unit revision. Just you will see that.